It's 1849, and you're standing ankle-deep in the icy waters of the American River, California, the sun beating down on your neck. The air smells of damp earth and desperation, and all around you, men are shouting, shovels are clanging, and dreams of gold are pulling thousands to this wild frontier. You're a 49er, one of the 80,000 who flooded California during the gold rush, chasing riches with nothing but a pan, a pickaxe, and a prayer. To survive, you'll need to stake a claim, build a sluice box, and maybe even a cabin, all while dodging claim jumpers and the brutal Sierra winters. This is what it was really like to live, work, and fight for gold in the chaos of 1849. Hey, quick note before we dive in, if you're loving these historical adventures, hit that subscribe button. It keeps the channel going strong. I'm curious where you're watching from, so drop your city and time in the comments. Alright, grab a drink, get comfy. We're heading to the goldfields of California, and this one's a treasure hunt worth joining. Your boots are soaked, your hands calloused, and your possibles bag, a leather pouch with a knife, flint, steel, and a scrap of jerky, hangs heavy at your side. It's April, and the Sierra foothills are alive with the buzz of miners, merchants, and bandits. You've got no time to waste. Without a claim and a way to work it, you're just another drifter in a land where gold fever burns hotter than the sun. Stake your claim, build your tools, survive the season, or lose everything. Here's how you do it. You're in Coloma, near Sutter's Mill, where James Marshall's 1848 discovery sparked the gold rush. The riverbank is a frenzy, men panning, arguing, digging. You've trekked 2,000 miles from Missouri, your savings spent on a mule, a shovel, and a tin pan. I read in a 49er's diary from the California Historical Society that miners claimed land by first come, first served, marking boundaries with stakes or rocks. You need to act fast. You scout the river, eyes scanning for signs of gold, black sand, quartz flecks, or color in the gravel, as miners called it. A prospector's guide from 1849 advised, "Look where the river bends. Gold settles in the eddies." You find a spot, a shallow bend with gravel banks, 50 feet from the main camp to avoid thieves. You hammer 4 wooden stakes into the ground, claiming a 20 by 20 foot plot, the standard size under local mining codes. A crude sign, your name scratched on a plank, marks it as yours, but staking is only the start. You need to prove the claim's worth. You kneel by the river, dipping your pan into the gravel. Swirling the water, you watch heavier sediments sink. A glint catches your eye, a speck of gold, no bigger than a grain of sand. It's not a fortune, but it's enough to keep you here. Most 49ers found just enough gold to keep hoping. Hope was their real fuel. You feel that now, your heart pounding with possibility. You build a small fire to dry your boots, eating jerky and a stale biscuit from your pack. The camp's alive with noise, men cursing, mules braying. A stranger eyes your claim, his hand on a pistol. Claim jumpers are real. Diaries from 1849 report stabbings over disputed plots. You sleep with your knife close. The river's rush, your only lullaby. Dawn breaks, and your claim's still yours. No jumpers yet. Panning is slow. A good day yields a few dollars worth of dust. You need a sluice box to process more gravel faster. A miner's journal from Placerville described a sluice as a wooden river, washing gold from the earth like a sieve. It's a simple machine, a long narrow trough with riffles, wooden slats, to catch gold as water flows through. You have no lumber yard, just your hatchet and the pines along the river. You fell a small tree, its resinous scent filling the air. Using the hatchet, you split the trunk into planks, each 10 feet long and a foot wide. Your hands blister, but you keep chopping. 49ers built sluices in a day, using whatever was at hand, logs, canvas, even barrel staves. You're no carpenter, but you've seen sluices in camp, and you mimic their design. You nail the planks into a trough using iron nails scavenged from a broken cart. The riffles are trickier, small slats nailed across the bottom to trap gold. You carve them with your knife, sweat dripping onto the wood. By noon, the sluice is done, crude but functional. You drag it to the river, angling it so water flows through. You shovel gravel into the top, letting the current wash away dirt. The riffles catch black sand and hopefully gold. Testing it, you see flecks glint in the riffles, a pinch of dust, maybe $5 worth. It's faster than panning, but the work is brutal. Your back aches, and the cold water numbs your legs. The river is a cruel mistress. She gives gold, but takes your strength. You eat a handful of beans, cooked over a fire, and sleep under a canvas tarp, the stars bright above the Sierras. You wake to shouts. 2 miners are fighting over a claim nearby, knives flashing. The camp's law is thin. A miners' court run by whoever's loudest settles disputes. You check your stakes. They're untouched, but you carve your initials deeper. Today you dig deeper into your claim, chasing richer gravel below the surface. You use your pickaxe to break the hard pan, a layer of compacted clay where gold often hides. Each swing jars your arms, and dirt cakes your face. You haul buckets of gravel to the sluice, pouring them in as water rushes through. By midday, you've collected a small pouch of dust, $20 worth, enough for a week's supplies in the inflated prices of Coloma. A merchant's ledger from 1849 listed eggs at $3 each, flour at $1 a pound. Your gold buys little, but it's progress. Trouble comes at dusk. A claim jumper, a bearded man with a revolver, steps onto your plot. "This is mine now," he growls. You grip your knife, heart racing. I read in a Sacramento newspaper that disputes killed dozens monthly in '49. You shout for witnesses, and 2 miners, Tom, a lanky prospector, and Eliza, a tough-talking woman from Boston, back you up. The jumper backs off, cursing. You owe Tom and Eliza a favor now, a debt you'll repay in this rough community. You sleep with one eye open, the river's roar mingling with coyote howls. The gold's real, but so is the danger. Winter's coming, and the nights are already freezing. Your tarp won't survive the Sierra snows. You need a cabin, even a small one, to stay alive. I found a 49ers account describing cabins as huts of logs and mud, more coffin than home. You aim for a 10 by 12 foot shelter, enough for you and your gear. You fell pines with your hatchet, choosing straight trees for easy cutting. Each log is 12 feet long, stripped of branches and notched at the ends with a saddle notch, a V-shaped cut to lock logs together. A mining camp guide from 1850 said notches were key. A tight cabin keeps out wind and wolves. You stack logs, your arms burning, using mud and moss to chink gaps. The roof is simpler, pine boughs over a frame of saplings, slanted to shed snow. By dusk, the cabin's walls are up and the roof half done. You build a small fireplace with river stones, mixing clay for mortar. I spoke with a historian who said miners sometimes added ox blood to mortar, believing it strengthened the bond. You skip that superstition, but the clay holds. You light a fire, the smoke curling up the chimney. It's crude, but it's a shelter. You eat beans and a rabbit Tom snared, sharing the meal with him and Eliza. They're your allies now, bound by the unwritten code of the goldfields. Help or be helped. You sleep on a pine bough bed, the cabin's warmth a small victory. Your claim's producing $30 in dust so far, but you need more. You expand the sluice, adding a second trough to double your output. You cut more planks, nailing them beside the first sluice. Water flows tricky, too fast, and gold washes away. Too slow, and gravel clogs. You dam the river with rocks, adjusting the current. A prospector's manual I read said, "A sluice is like a wife. Tend it right and it'll reward you." You laugh, but the extra sluice boosts your haul to $15 a day. Claim jumpers are a growing threat. You hear of a miner killed last night, his claim stolen. You carve a crude fence around your plot, using thorny branches as a deterrent. I found an 1849 sheriff's report. Fences mean nothing to desperate men, but they slow them down. You also rig a bell from a broken tool tied to a tripwire. It's not much, but it'll warn you. You trade some gold for flour and bacon at the camp store. Price is obscene. Dinner is a luxury. Bacon and cornbread, shared with Eliza, who tells tales of Boston's docks. You sleep in the cabin, the bell silent, but your knife ready. You wake to a rumor. A miner upstream hit a pocket of gold worth $1,000. The camp's electric men abandoning claims to chase the strike. You stick to yours, trusting your gravel. Chasing rumors is a fool's game. The river rewards the steady. You shovel gravel all morning, the sluice humming. At noon you check the riffles and freeze. A nugget the size of a walnut glints among the black sand. It's worth $200, maybe more. You hide it in your possibles bag, heart pounding. Word spreads fast and eyes are on you. Tom and Eliza help guard the claim, their presence a deterrent. You work late, pulling another $50 in dust. The nugget's your ticket out, if you can keep it. Nuggets are rare. Most miners live on dust and dreams. You're one of the lucky ones, but luck draws danger. At night you hear footsteps outside. The bell rings and you grab your knife, shouting. Tom's there, musket raised. It's just a drunk miner stumbling off. You don't sleep, the nugget heavy in your bag. Winter's breath is on the hills, frost thick each morning. You need to prepare. You stock the cabin with firewood, splitting logs until your shoulders scream. You also buy salt, pork, and beans, trading $30 in dust. A merchant's ledger I found listed winter supplies. Pork, $2 per pound. Beans, $1 per pound. Your gold dwindles, but starvation's worse. You reinforce the cabin, adding more chinking and a door made from split planks hinged with leather. I read in a miner's letter. A door's your only defense when snow traps you. You also dig a cache, a hidden pit for your gold, covered with rocks. Claim jumpers won't find it easily. Trouble comes at dusk. 3 men armed with pistols demand your claim. You, Tom, and Eliza stand firm, your knife and their musket enough to make them hesitate. The camp's miners gather, enforcing the code. A claim sacred if you work it. The jumpers leave, but you know they'll be back. You sleep in shifts, the cabin a fortress now. The next days are a grind. You work the sluice, pulling $20 to $30 daily. You hunt rabbits with snares, saving gold for supplies. I found a 49ers account. Game kept us alive when gold didn't. You trade stories with Tom and Eliza, who dream of San Francisco shops and Boston harbors. The camp's a mix of hope and despair. Men strike it rich or go broke daily. On day 10, you weigh your gold, $300 total, including the nugget. It's enough for a new start, but winter's coming and the claim's not dry yet. You carve a tally on the cabin wall, marking your days. The river keeps giving and you keep digging, bound to the goldfields fever. Your claim, your sluice, your cabin, they're your life now, built with sweat and guarded with steel. The gold rush was a gamble, where 1 in 10 struck it rich, and most went home broken. I wonder what it's like for you watching this. Could you survive the goldfields? Drop a comment. What's the toughest survival skill you'd master? Hit subscribe for more stories like this. Unlike your modern comforts, Wi-Fi, warm showers, this life is raw. Every ounce of gold, every dry night in the cabin is a victory over the wild. As you drift to sleep, think of those 49ers, chasing dreams in the dirt, 1 pan at a time. Until next time, keep digging for your own gold, whatever it may be.